Hello and welcome back to another video. This time I'm going to be talking about a game called Insurgency, and it's essentially just a first impressions video, you know the drill. So first of all I'm going to say I really do like this game, and this video is going to be in two parts. The first is a post-commentated, detailed first impressions of the game, and then the second is some live gameplay. The game is very tense, and commentating it while playing it is just not really an option in terms of trying to give you really good drilled down opinions. It would just be too hard. And plus it just wouldn't be fun to listen to. Anyway, so let's just go into the first section of the video. First of all, the game itself is a first-person tactical shooter. It's very authentic in essentially every regard, so it's definitely not your standard Battlefield or Call of Duty or anything like that. I suppose that you could say it's rather close to Counter-Strike, and it definitely has some influences from the older tactical first-person shooters like, say, Rainbow Six, in that it's very definite, more slow-paced, and also the game itself is very gritty and visceral, I think more so than Counter-Strike. Just in the way the guns handle, when you aim down the sights of a gun and you shoot, it really does feel like the gun is kicking in a realistic fashion, so I think Counter-Strike sometimes feels a bit anemic, whereas this really does feel quite gritty and involved. Now, the game itself is the usual terrorists versus security forces. There are 6 different PvP game modes, and then 1 co-op versus AI one. I'll go into those in more detail later, but first let's just break down some elements of the game and talk about them. Now, this is a shooter, and gunplay is probably the most important thing. And I've got to say, it does very, very well in this regard. Guns handle in a really nice way, and every gun does feel really, really different. Recoil is very important, and it's tuned so the guns are very usable, especially in bursts, but spray and pray styles probably won't work out too well. Really, it is going for the more realistic manner. First shot accuracy is very high, just like it is with actual guns, but the more you spray, the more recoil happens, then you're probably not going to hit things. Now, of course, sometimes you do end up having to spray a little bit at an enemy to suppress them, in the actual proper tactical sense of keeping them down behind cover, and that can work out quite well. Anyway, so damage-wise, you're going to be dropped in about 1 to 3 shots. Hitboxes in the game are very good, fortunately, and the game actually handles damage in a very good way. Varying body parts have different amounts of damage. You can have, say, chest armor. So if you're shot in the chest, maybe you'll survive that, but if you're shot in the head, you're dead instantly. The usual kind of thing, but it did feel very accurate. I've been playing a lot of Battlefield recently, and gotta say, you really do notice the high-quality hitboxes and hit detection in this game after playing Battlefield. Now, that is providing you're on a very good connection on a low-ping server, which is probably important because the game does not handle lag that well. The game does have a few weapon types as well. We have burst rifles, automatic rifles, light machine guns, snipers, shotguns, etc. And they all feel very, very unique, even within categories. For an example, say, an M16 and an AK-47 handle, or an AKM, I think, they handle very differently in a way that actually requires you to slightly alter how you approach a firefight, which is really, really cool, and it's just nice having the guns just giving you so much of an effect in terms of how you play the game. Again, coming from Battlefield, like, Battlefield is a game where many guns feel very similar. Okay, they have slight tweaks and their own little quirks, but in this, the guns are fundamentally different. And I would imagine that if you were to ask someone who is actually experienced with firing weapons, and that kind of thing, they would probably say, you know, yeah, the differences in weapons are quite large, and they are decently portrayed in this game. That's definitely the impression I got. And whether that's true or not, the game's going for authenticity, and it definitely reeks of authenticity, which is quite a good thing. Now, you can also peek behind cover using the Q and E keys, and this further adds the idea of it being slow and tactical. It facilitates you peeking out from behind cover, showing as little of your body as possible, and that just kind of general thing. You can also aim down the sights, as is the norm in a lot of games, and then while you're aiming down the sights, you can hold in shift to do a focus aim, in which you just kind of aim a little bit further in and hold your breath. Eventually, of course, you do run out of breath, and once you run out of breath, there'll be a few seconds where you're not really as accurate firing. And it also limits your field of view when you really do kind of dial in and hold your breath, which means you could get killed from something you don't see, so that's, overall, that's an important trade-off there, and I think it's balanced well. There's also a nice little thing where guns don't immediately change where you look when you aim. I guess the best way to say it is that there's a little bit of give when you move the mouse. This allows you to aim ahead of you and then just sort of tweak your gun left and right, maybe within say 10 degrees without moving the camera. Sometimes in a lot of other shooters, it's as if the camera is strapped to the gun itself, so whenever you move the gun, you move where you're looking. Not so much in this game. I just think that's really nice. There was an old Half-Life 2 mod that I used to play called Resistance and Liberation. It had a similar thing, and I really like seeing that again. It's hard to describe, but I'm sure you'll see it in the game footage and later on in my live commentated stuff. Then finally, there's also bullet penetration, so hiding behind a wooden door or a pallet or something like that may not be the best idea, which is definitely nice. You can get, say, armor penetrating ammunition, which would go through things like that a little bit better. Different guns have got different amounts of penetration, so overall it's quite well done. Then, really, just these factors overall combine to create firefights that feel highly tense, very deadly, and very much skill-based. I got a great feeling of fights also being a bit of a mind game. You need to be very careful. It's one of those things where you know the other guy can kill you nearly instantly, and you know you can kill him. So, you know, how you move when the two players involved in the fight peak, all those things really play in, and the actual decision-making second to second, is extremely important, and that just adds to such a great sense of tension. It really is very well done, I must say. Of all the games I've played, though, in the last few years, this game, comparatively, just in the actual single fights that you are involved in, creates more tension than anything else that I've played. That's just the mark of a quality tactical shooter, and I really am quite impressed. In terms of movement's a standard affair. You can run, crouch, sprint, etc. If you crouch while sprinting, you do a forward slide, which is pretty cool. It's like you're, kind of trying to dart to cover. One criticism, though, is that the animation for the slide isn't very good, and it's often hard to know exactly when you're running fast enough to slide. Then, after sprinting, your aim is a little bit fuzzy for a second as your guy's tired. That's a bit more decision-making, a bit more authenticity, and it works out quite well. Then, in terms of customization, there are different classes and roles. And the roles themselves, they are kind of broad, sort of. There is actually a surprising amount of customization. First of all, you have your base class, so something like a fighter, or a sharpshooter, or a specialist, or a demolitions person, or support. A good example is perhaps a support can use a light machine gun, whereas maybe a demolition can have access to a C4. These classes do limit some basic things like guns and equipment. And in terms of your actual loadout, after you've picked a class, it uses a supply system. You have 10 points. Items and attachments all cost points to equip. So an example, your main battle rifle could cost 2 points, the scope for it could cost 1, a foregrip could cost 2, and then maybe armor-piercing ammo costs 3 or 4. You can then use different types of armor, like light or medium, or maybe a different chest rig to carry ammo. All those things cost points, and they have an effect on your run speed. Armor also only protects you if you're shot in the region that is armored, which makes complete sense, and is just kind of nice. Overall, I really do like the loadout system, and I like the fact that everyone has access to quite a few options, while it then adds these sort of class-specific things in. That's good. Like, if you're a sharpshooter, you're not really limited to just ultra-long-range sniper rifles. You could just take a semi-automatic rifle, and then stick a close-range scope on it. So that's nice, actually. Next, for user interface. The user interface is nice and minimal. There's no crosshairs or anything like that, which is very good in my opinion. Rather than relying on your user interface to give you the information, you have to rely on actually learning your gun and getting a feel for it, which is very good. There's also no map. That gives a great feeling of moving forward into the unknown in matches. There's no spotting or anything like that, and when people shoot their guns in the distance, the only way to tell where they are is using your ears, and hearing where the shot is coming from. That's very good. You can't just look at a map and then plan out your decisions for the next, I don't know, minute or so. You need to really take things moment to moment. Basically, it is trying to be a little bit more realistic, and that's very good. Overall, I'm really happy with the UI decisions that they took. Next, game types. There are two main kinds, sustained combat and tactical. Tactical is your Counter-Strike style deal where you have one life. Now, sometimes you may get another wave of respawns, another life, if maybe your team secures an objective. These modes include Firefight, which is just a territory-based one. The standard affair, capture the territories, defeat the enemy team. Then there's a Search and Destroy, which is pretty cool. It involves destroying supply caches. And then there is VIP, in which a player must be escorted to a location by the rest of the team. If that player dies, then the team loses. There's also one called... so there's that. Now, let's move on to Sustained Combat. This has got reinforcement waves, meaning that the games last longer, there's more combat, and just that kind of thing. These modes are, first of all, Skirmish, in which you have 3 territorial objectives and then a cache to protect. So it's a normal kind of fight, but when the cache is destroyed, then your team reverts to only having 1 life. So this is pretty cool. You need to still push forward and capture those territorial objectives while protecting your team's cache. That's kind of cool. Then there is push. This involves 3 different objectives which must be captured in sequential order by one team, with one team attacking, one team defending. That's really cool. I love the idea of defending against enemies, and it just works so well with the game's mechanics. I really enjoy it. Then finally there's strike. This one's pretty cool. One team needs to destroy 3 weapons caches. However, you're actually told the possible locations of far more than 3, meaning you have a fair idea where caches might be, but you don't know exactly. Once again, it's got this whole kind of stepping out into the unknown feel, which is very good. Then finally there's the co-op versus AI mode, basically just fight AI with some objectives. It's kind of cool. In terms of how games themselves go, sometimes it's nice in that there can be people talking via VoIP, coordinating, and it really does just have this great team-based feel that works extremely well. Next, graphics. So the game looks pretty good. Not great, definitely a few years old, in terms of its kind of graphical bar, whatever, but that doesn't matter. The graphics are clean, they do the job, and honestly I wouldn't want them to be any more flashy or anything like that than they are. It works out very well because it's a source game, meaning it runs so well, it scales in a lot of different hardware, and it's got great graphical options in terms of just the sheer amount of things you can tweak to run well in your system. Now, sound quality is absolutely fantastic, and it really does add to the atmosphere of the game. It sounds, those times when you see, like, there's one thing I was, a while ago, I started watching headcam footage from actual, soldiers in combat and that kind of thing, just because I was interested, and the gun noises in this game do seem kind of reminiscent of the kind of popping noises and things like that you hear from actual combat, and that was kind of nice to hear. Of course, not nice to hear in real life, because it means you're being shot at. Still, though, overall, this game is really good. If you want just a more of a slow-paced, but very tense, tactical shooter in which it's team-based with, I think, 12 to 24 players, then this is probably one of the games for you. There is no upgrade system or anything like that, so if you're one of those players that needs to have a loot treadmill to enjoy the game, then I don't think this is really going to be for you. Anyway, they're just my basic impressions. Now I've got about 25 minutes of live gameplay in which I've some really fun matches actually, so that'll give you some context to what I've been saying in the last 10. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Okay guys, welcome back to the video. So now that we've actually talked about essentially the game's mechanics and all those different things, let's just jump into a match. So I'm going to go as a sharpshooter. I'm going to go with an AKM. A quick little thing that I just want to actually walk you through in person is how you choose weapons and different things like that. Essentially, you have all your different categories here. You have your supply here. So let's go with a Cobra sight. Of course, the more things you get, the more your supply decreases. So we'll go with that. A foregrip, some nice armor-piercing ammunition. We're going to swap out our smoke grenade with a fragmentation grenade. We already have I think a chest rig is the smallest one, yeah. And we don't have any armor. Could we scrap a Makarov and get armor? No, we couldn't. You know what? Let's just get into the game. So, I did actually previously try to record this video by doing, a bit similar to my previous first impressions videos, where I just go and play the damn game. Well, that's okay, but in a game like this, it just requires so much in terms of mental, paying attention, that kind of thing. I just thought it was best that I instead would just give you a live gameplay so that I didn't have to explain myself every second. I can actually talk about how the flow of the individual match is going. I do plan on actually differentiating this whole first look series from, say, what Total Biscuit does with WTF is, because, well, I know it's hard to differentiate the... Wow. Okay, I did not see the guy who shot me, but it's hard to differentiate the opinions of like an opinion video for two people, but I have one or two ideas, and I think a good one is just having a really nice, well thought out intro that explains everything, and I just not the skill to do that live yet. Anyway, so as for the game itself, in this mode, it's called Push. What happens in Push is that each team has an amount of waves, which you can see in the bottom. There are a bunch of objectives, but only one is active at a time. This time, A, whatever, is active. That means we need to defend it. And part of defending it means, well, standing around here and, yeah, fighting off the enemy. It's wow. Okay. I do not know where those shots came from. Oh, I think I got him. Or at least me or that other guy. Yeah, I killed him. Yay. Okay, so good things are happening. I love defending positions. It's a thing I've always really enjoyed in games, and especially when you're defending a position from an enemy team. I remember back in Domination, or that kind of mode in Call of Duty, and I always loved the idea of defending, but I think the game's pace meant that you couldn't really get the sort of more slow, methodical experience that I really craved. This game gives me that. I am absolutely having a blast with this. It's so much fun. And it's nice because there's no overarching unlock system or anything like that. You can just walk into the game and straight up have a good bit of fun. You have access to the same amount of weapons as anyone else does. One thing, okay, so for the match itself, this guy or the enemy team are definitely ramping up with this smoke here. Oh, did I get that guy down? Not sure. So generally smoke means that they are trying to push up. Yeah, actually, that was a very bad mistake of me. I should have been more in to the side there. And there, the same guy dies. As you can see, though, like, looking at that, very, very knife-edge, cutthroat combat. And actually, kind of, I'm not going to say realistic. Because you know what? I'm not a Marine, as much as that may surprise some of you. And I've never shot a man. I think Zero Dark 30 was actually the movie that I was watching, and I was really kind of impressed, at least with how much of an authentic portrayal they gave of the way conflict actually works in the modern day. And I think this game actually has a similar feel to it, which I really do like and appreciate, and that's very nice. It's slow, it's methodical, and it's very definite. Your actions have absolute meaning. In terms of guns, I've actually tried out quite a few, and I kind of like the recoil pattern on this AK. I think it's called an AKM, so it's not the 47 that you're all used to, but you know what? In essence, kind of the same thing. Anyway, so let's very slow. Oh, okay. So I royally missed that shot. Come on. Shit. Another thing in this game is, like, if you're holding your breath for too long and doing things like that, then you will actually see an accuracy penalty. Now, as you can, oh damn, those two guys were trying to flank there, and oh yeah, now they've popped the smoke. Now the smoke in combination with that indicates to me that they're trying to push up. So let's get ourselves into prone, get in a good, solid position, and let's kill that guy. Now, one of the things about being prone is that you're not mobile, so someone who's a crack shot can just take you out very easily. But for people who don't see you coming, then it's fine. And by the way, it's not camping. It's a tactical game. You know what? In real life, people camped. Because that's how you fight. Unless, of course, then it's an assault thing. But anyway, so there we go. Victory. I think we did a pretty solid job there. Most of our team is at least a 1-to-1 ratio, or rather positive. So that's definitely a good thing. I'll be doing another round, of course, because I really did enjoy that. Oh, man, this game is really something special. There's actually another game similar to this. Well, not similar, but it was called Red Saber. Something Takedown Red Saber. And it was billing itself as being like one of the old school Rainbow Six games. And of course, it came out, it tried to do that, but it was an utter heaving piece of shit. It was awful. This game, however, is pulling that off with style, and it's working out just so well. It feels great. In terms of, let's just talk about some objective things. Movement feels great, and just in general, oh, don't you think you're getting past me? Oh, wait. Okay, now we zoom in. Oh, did I get that guy? Yeah, I did. Got 2 kills. Awesome. Okay, we're taking a lot of fire. And you know what? I'm going to stop talking about the actual game because I will have probably already covered this in the little bit that I did at the front of the video. Alright, so... Oh! Okay, I think that guy was... Yeah, that guy was an enemy. Excellent. Wow, I'm actually really lucky that he was a bit hesitant on the trigger there. Oh! Well, that guy missed his first shot, and that seems to have been his chance gone. Where the hell is he shooting from, though? It seemed like the dust was kind of going inside. That's another thing I've noticed. Your guns kick up a lot of dust. That's pretty cool, because it starts to obscure the... Well, there you go, I'm gone. Anyway, the dust that you kick up sometimes starts to obscure the battlefield, which is rather interesting. I'm not too sure if we have... Yeah, reinforcement wave deploying in 34 seconds, so we have a bit of time to have a look around. Here's good old Nathan. doesn't exactly look like Nathan Drake, so it's probably another Nathan. Hello. Good luck. What's the rest of our team doing? In general, trying to defend. Oh, that did not work out well for Swift Chicken. It's kind of weird. This is actually the third time I've tried to record this game. I just ended up basically ballsing up the commentary and decided, fuck it, I'll just do a pre-recorded thing and we'll make it real good. And one of those matches, it was great. It was like a Monty Python sketch. I was sitting there watching this corner, and one by one, 5 members of my team just walked out and got instantly pinged in the chest and killed. And this just happened methodically, and then the 2 guys that shot them, like, moved up, and I got basically 2 free, ultra-easy kills. Oh, shit. Wow, okay, so let's actually just move to A. I think I'm a little bit ahead of myself here. Maybe the objective pushed back or something. What I do know is there's likely Americans watching the way from kind of here to over there. Let's just try to dart in here. Okay, that worked well. Okay, I'm actually in a terrible position. Okay, let's try and have a look here. Who is that guy shooting with the shotgun? Oh. Okay. Why is that guy retreating? There are clearly enemies coming in this direction. Okay, yes, there's another one dead. The way this works, by the way, we only have 1 wave of guys left, yet the enemy's got 12. So, we definitely are facing more forces than we have. That's for sure. I really like how this game mode plays out, actually. This is my favorite one so far. Not exactly sure where to go, in terms of just where is a good position to hold. I don't know the map particularly well. I suppose in here can do. We'll just go into prone and then try to just watch this little area. Let's have a look. Okay, so no enemies at the minute. Oh! I really have a way of words, don't I? Damn. Well, that was a free kill, and I am not going to complain. No, no, no. Right, another thing, actually, you can't check the amount of ammunition you have at any given point, because in real life, guns don't come with ammo indicator thingies. I'm sure actually soldiers would probably like it if they did, although maybe that would just come off as being like another distraction. I don't know. I don't particularly care, if I'm honest. So far this area seems to be kind of clear. Let's just try to move in here, so hopefully we'll be able to pick off the people that are trying to run across. Using the lean mechanic, it actually allows us to quickly dart back behind cover, which is... Oh. Okay, I think you all saw that guy, just like I did. Of course, he is probably waiting for me. So... Oh, I did not know they could be in that window. Yeah, I got the winning kill. Hell yeah, 8-3. I think, of course, though, because we're defending, there's a bit of a bias there. I think that's kind of obvious. Damn, I actually did well there. Nice. As you can hear in the background, everyone's saying good game in voice, which is refreshing to hear. From someone who's basically been playing a whole bunch of Battlefield the last while, this game's a breath of fresh air. It's funny, it kind of fills that Counter-Strike niche, but I think in a way that isn't Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike feels very clean and anemic and not gritty. This actually feels really... It just feels like war, you know? Or at least what the probably romanticized thing of being a dude bro war man is in our head. And that really is kind of nice. So we're going to be designated marksman, specialist. I wonder what designated marksman's like. Let's give that a whirl. So M16A4. I don't know if that's... I think the A1 is the... Or we can go for semi-auto rifle. Let's just go with the M16A4 because you know what? It's just a gun that kind of works. Heavy barrel? That seems like a good idea. We'll go with a foregrip. And some better ammo. So let's kit this guy out just to be really good at putting guns or bullets downrange. Hey, come on game. I thought I went with the hollow scope. Yeah, there we go. This is a different kind of game. This is, I believe, yes, this is Skirmish. So there's a whole bunch of different points in the map. On the actual game map, there is no, you know, user interface map. there's a whole bunch of different points in that, and you defend your ones, you attack the enemy's ones. It is essentially exactly what you would expect. So let's try to find a nice kind of defensive position and not get killed. First of all, is this a burst? Yeah, okay, so this is a burst weapon. And we are security forces, not terrorists. Sometimes I have that problem in games. Oh, shit. Damn it. Okay, this could end up being slightly problematic. I don't know if that guy has any sort of alternate route to like get to me with. Okay, dude. If I was actually not recording, I would use VoIP to tell him that there's an imminent threat in there. But instead, he just got killed. So I'm sorry. Once again, another just example of how teamwork is really something that can be beneficial. And how this game is just really well geared for teamwork. Okay, so that guy's dead. I don't know what he threw there. I don't know if it'll reach me, so I'm going to hide behind the Humvee. Which seems to have worked quite well. I'm actually in a really good spot here for just seeing everywhere. Anyway, so we successfully held off that guy at the door, so let's try to move up. Now that guy's throwing in an explosive, it seems like a good time. Another interesting thing, explosives definitely seem to kick up quite a bit of dust. Which of course makes sense. I would imagine they do in real life. So, it's good to see that reflected in the world. And actually those... Jeepers. Wait. He didn't see me. Yeah, he's dead. Okay. All that dust... It's nice having these graphical elements, really just having a significant gameplay implication. I love it when games are able to do that in a way that makes sense within the game world, and this game certainly does do that. Okay, so I'm at a prime position here. I'm just going to reload. I'm in a good position to assault these bases, but honestly, if I do it alone, I'll probably die. Oh. Okay. I'm actually just going to use that smoke as an opportunity to fall back, because often your opponents will try to advance forward through smoke. That said, our team leader is probably soon to be dead. Well, he could probably do with the backup. Shit, I'm not actually at an angle where I can see who he's fighting with. So I will try to go in here. And this should allow me to cover just kind of like another angle. So nothing will be able to get through these two sandbags. What's he doing? Just chilling out. Oh, that guy scared me there. Okay, good. Our team has taken D. I just did a very risky move there. I moved up into a... Wow. There we go. We're both dead. You die quick in this game, you know? That's the thing that happens. It's tactical. Yeah. America. Let's get rid of our secondary. And let's get a fragmentation grenade, because they kill people, and that is good in this context. Okay, so a few seconds and we are back in the game. No in-game map or anything like that. Probably said that multiple times already, but I don't know. I think it's actually nice not having an in-game map, because you are forced to explore the game world via your eyes, which is, I think there's a lot of merit to that way of doing things. Let's just use that guy as a canary. Okay, the canary test. That guy has passed, so we can move ahead. Oh, okay. He just don't know. Is that failing the canary test? He got shot at. I'm worried something will appear in that alley. Okay, let's use this guy as a canary. Okay, well, it seems to be fine. Oh, how many kills am I on? 2 to 1, right? Because I know if that goes up to 3, then I will have got a kill. So it's a kind of soft way of confirming a kill in a game that normally doesn't. Because it is very hard to see through that broken... Ah, damn. Taken out again. I actually really do like that broken glass effect, though, because once again, it's the game's graphics actually having an effect on the gameplay and just how the flow of the game is. And I think that's a really nice thing in game design. You know what? Let's use this Mini 14, a 4x scope. And some... Do we need a foregrip? I don't think we do. Should we use armor-piercing ammunition? Yeah, let's just... let's have a weapon that just blasts the shit out of things. And we can kind of hang back, and then I'll try to do another form of gameplay just to show you what it's like. Of course, I am really not very good at sniping in anything. I mean, sure, it's fun, but I'm not good at it. So this is a a pretty nice vantage point here. Oh. Also, I really do like that the effect of, instead of just when you zoom in, oh yeah, guys on our team, when you scope in, you can still kind of see your peripheral vision, so it's a little bit more, it makes sense, I guess. That's nice. Sometimes, I don't know, I'd imagine people get like kind of motion sickness or some sort of weird effect. Of course, what I've just realized is I don't have a sidearm, so that's certainly going to make things a bit weird. I'll just have to make my shots count. Let's try to sort of push into this D direction. Although, is that a good idea? I'm not really sure. The enemy team doesn't have any waves, so maybe there's just not that many people left. I'm just going to kind of poke in and out from behind cover so I can... Ah, there we go. Security forces win. Alright, let's do one more round, and then I'm going to round off the gameplay version, or the gameplay section of this video, which actually will be the entire video. Let me know what you think about this format. It's obviously something that will need work over multiple iterations. But I think I like the idea of just being able to write my thoughts down on paper, like really formally, get a really good flow and talk, that sort of thing, and then be able to use that to just sort of provide everyone with the information they need, so that when I go into the gameplay, you already understand, to a certain degree, what's going on. You can kind of learn what's happening in the game through what you see, but then also the exposition that I gave at the top of the video. So yeah, I have no idea how that's going to turn out, because I actually haven't recorded that part yet. Okay, so we are a snipey dude, so let's just hunker down here and see what we can find. That said, in a map like this and a game like this, I think most people are probably just going to dart into the side streets and alleyways. Okay. Now is the time to be very slow and very careful. Okay, so what's this guy looking at? Is there something going on? Oh, right, the enemy just capped C. Now, if they capped C, it means that there's enemy combatants in there, so let's get a decent firing position on C and just, well, have a bit of a look. Of course, it would... Chances are, actually, that guy was able to just escape under the guise of that smoke. Yeah. That's a bit of a problem. Oh. I don't know if that's an enemy or friendly. I think that's an enemy. Oh. Okay, I saw a shot there. This is tense. This is a really tense game. Okay, so enemies are just... Shit. I'm waiting for him. He's right behind the Humvee. One down. There's another guy behind the Humvee. Oh shit, there he is. Haha. Take that. I don't know how many other enemies there are, though. Let's just fire a bit. Oh shit. Okay, he's trying to flank me. I just saw the kind of blur of his feet move there. So we will aim our sights right in here. No, why am I advancing? Oh, okay, this game's tense. Okay, now, never mind, we have allies covering that. Oh, shit! Is that guy still back there? Or is there another guy there? Oh, damn, I am not sure. Oh, yeah, I just saw footsteps. Although, since that west guy seems to have moved up, I'm not sure what was going on there. I nearly had a bloody heart attack, I can tell you that much. And honestly, if a game can do that to you, then it is probably a worthwhile pursuit. Right, so I think something's going on at C because it's blinking. Not really sure what that means. Well, a few of my allies pushed up here, so... Oh, wow. So, sorry, I accidentally dived down there. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, I'm going to rely on them to hold that... Oh, okay. And down I went. So I've showed you what that's like. Let's just move back to the M16 with our hollow scope, armor-piercing ammunition, foregrip. We have 2 more points, so we already have a frag, we have light armor, we have a chest rig. Let's go for a heavy barrel. And some HP ammo, whatever that is. And we'll hit close. Okay, HP ammo, I think that's kind of like an anti-flesh Oh no, HP, hollow point, of course, that makes sense. Oh, this game. I'm really enjoying this. It's really tense. And okay, I'm not playing that well because it's a commentary. You cannot play a tactical game like this well unless, and while commentating, unless you have an absolute wealth of commentary experience, which I don't. So, still, okay, that was a terrible decision. Oh, that was also a terrible decision. Why did I walk out there? I'm going to, I know I just followed that up by running, but I'm sprinting and I'm trying to dart behind cover. And this way I'm sort of defending, see? Oh. How did he survive that? Well, he's dead now, so I guess that's all that matters. Another thing I should probably say is right now I can't really use sound as my ally because when I'm recording, it just doesn't really... Another dead? Wow. I mean, I'm doing shit, but not that shit. Shit, damn it, I missed that guy. I'll try to catch him from behind. Because surely he'll think his rear is clear. Yep, last decision, or last bad decision you'll make, sir. Okay. Well, what we've learned here is that the enemy are definitely trying to push forward through that area, so let's reload. Aim up, and a little look down the sights. Okay, so our squad leader, as you can see there, seems to be alive and well. And of course there you saw, like, because I was able to see in front of him, that indicated to him that I was covering him, therefore he could move. Not too happy about our current predicament, though. One grenade could spell a very bad day. So I'm just going to keep watch here. We'll see what he does. One down. Two down. 9-3. Okay. Oh! No. Never mind. That is significantly less safe than I previously thought. Shit. Well, that guy's dead. I don't have any grenade. I do have a frag grenade. Oh, yeah, he just tried to frag us. Just check, see if my frag hit. It didn't. Another dead. This is easy. And I know some people are going to say this is camping, but in a wave-based game like this, it's called tactics. You do what is going to win you the match. That is how games like this work. Oh, shit. There goes the squad leader. Ah! I saw him. I saw him down there. Oh, man. Well, I think that might be it. We just have this one last guy in our team. What's he called? Ratman. Yeah. Well, good luck, Ratman. I'll try to make some sort of interesting... no, I don't really look at his arse. Yeah, so you go on. Oh, yeah. Come on, Ratman. Wow. There you go. We lost the Insurgents one, but I think I had a pretty good game there. Overall, I think this is a ton of fun, and it's absolutely worth checking out. So, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you next time.